So let's go through the wash process on this beautiful brand new Silverado Rocky Ridge Edition. This thing came in for our new car prep. We're going to put a 2-year coating, but before we do that, we have to clean this thing up, and we also have to polish it and make it look its best. Now we're doing a paint enhancement polish, and I'll explain later throughout the video what we're going to do to the vehicle and what we're going to use. So sit back and enjoy this wash process, and if you have any questions, let me know down below. Now, some of the products that we're using here are from Vonix. This is a company that is not new to us. We've used their products in the past couple of years, but it is new to Car Supply's warehouse. They are now carrying the Vonix line of products, which I'm super excited about. The Vonix detailing products are incredible. They're based out of Brazil, and they homebrew all of their own stuff. So you get quality products. If you're interested in the Vonix products, I'll have links down below. Don't forget to use code Miranda10 for 10% off at Car Supply's warehouse. One of the important things that we want to make sure to clean are any of the emblems, even on brand new vehicles. So we're using a product here that's an iron removal product from Vonix. You can use a water spot remover or even an all-purpose cleaner. The brush we're using here is from Work Stuff. It's nice and soft, but still aggressive enough to get into those nooks and crannies of those emblems to flush them out and clean them properly. Now we're also dealing with black gloss wheels, and we're using this really nice soft brush from Puris. This is a microfiber wheelbarrow brush. It holds a ton of soapy water, and it's also gentle on these wheels. These are brand new wheels, so there's no need to be too aggressive on them. I found a couple of leaves hiding in the cracks and crevices of the grille of this new Silverado. These new trucks definitely have a lot of areas that debris can get stuck in. Now, the reason why we blow dry everything is when we get into the polishing process, that does vibrate a lot of the panels and water will seep out. You don't want that when you're applying a ceramic coating. One drip of water in your applicator can ruin everything, so you'll have to chuck it, get a new one, and you may even need to re-prep or re-prime that panel that you just ceramic coated. So it can be a hassle. Make sure to dry everything properly. So in today's episode, we have this brand new Silverado in. It is a Rocky Ridge Edition. This thing is gorgeous. It's jet black, and it came in for our new car prep. So we're going to do a paint enhancement, get the paint looking as good as we can with this enhancement service, and then we're going to ceramic it, and then we're going to protect it with a 2-year ceramic coating. Actually, a 3-year ceramic coating. 2 to 3 year ceramic coating, whatever. But before we do so, if you are enjoying these videos, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell, so you don't miss stuff. So as we look at this thing in the light, yeah, it's got some issues going on. These fender flares are really bad, so I can't dig too deep on this. I know that new car clear coat is thinner. This is black paint. It's going to show a lot of defects, so we can only go so far. Look at these wheels too. These are awesome. So I'm thinking this is pretty soft paint by the looks of it. Wow, it's really bad. Now, I get some questions about soft versus hard paint. What is soft paint? What is hard paint? Basically, it comes down to the type of material that is used for the clear coat. You can think of it like hardwood or softwood and, the cutting ability of such. With hardwoods, Well, it's more difficult to cut. With soft wood, it's easier to cut. So it's kind of the same thing with clear coat. The clear coat is the top surface. It's basically a transparent layer of paint. And depending on the manufacturer, how it was sprayed, how it was mixed, sometimes it'll be harder clear coat, which means you'd need to compound it. You need to cut it a little bit more to be able to get those defects out. Or if it's soft paint, you can get the defects, though, the major defects out, but then you're left with micromarring from the pad. So you're inducing your own sort of damage into the paint, but that's what compounding and polishing is. It's like sanding wood. You start with a higher grit, but you'll see all the little marks in the wood that you need to refine and refine and refine with finer grits until the wood is nice and smooth. It's the same type of thing with clear coat. If that analogy makes sense, hopefully it does to you. That's kind of how I see it in my mind. So if we're dealing with soft clear coat, that means we have to polish it differently. Sometimes it's the technique, but sometimes it's also just the pad and the polish combo. So let's pick something that will work for this. So as we look around the vehicle, we're going to point out a couple of, wow, major defects. That's really bad.
Yeah.
Minor damage, that little line that goes across there. I don't know what that is. Yeah, we have some weird things going on here with the paint, but it's black soft paint. It's going to have some issues. And remember, this is brand new, so man, I don't know what happened to it. Oh yeah, we got some heavy defects up here. So the paint is by no means going to come out perfect because it's pretty bad. This is what it looked like before. And much better. It still has some defects in it, but we're not going for perfection here. Much better. Now, as we are going through the vehicle, we notice a lot of defects, and some of them too deep to correct. So we do our best to get this thing looking incredible, but we're not trying to chase perfection here. But this is according to each customer. If your customer wants perfection, then that's what you are trying to achieve. But in this case, in our demographic, in our area, many customers are looking for paint enhancement, which generally means about 50% of the defects or swirls removed from the paint. So once again, that is just our demographic. It may not be yours, and if you have customers that want perfection, if they want the paint looking crystal clear and every single defect removed from the paint, well then that's going to be your call, and you do have to educate them on the fact that you may not be able to get 100% on some defects. Don't risk removing those deeper defects because you can actually compromise the paint, and years down the road that area may fail. In our case, we are not going to risk it just to make everything look 100% perfect. That adds to complications later on. The more I use this little flex cordless polisher, the more I love it. It is a really nice machine. Now, some may not like it, some think that it stalls too much, or they think it just vibrates, but you know what? I have found that to not be the case. This works incredibly well, even with the 3-inch pad. Again, it's all about technique. I don't put a ton of pressure, I let the polisher do the work, and it's performing incredibly well for me. I love this little thing. Well guys, the polishing is pretty much done. The paint looks good. What you're seeing there is just a little bit of the residue from the Dr. Beasley's polish. It does that, but that will go away once you ceramic coat it. I have to be honest, it's a beautiful truck and it's probably expensive. It's a Chevy Silverado. Those are really, really good trucks, but the paint job is the worst we've ever seen on a brand new vehicle. So how do you handle this? How do you handle defects like this? Look, this scratch is not only into the paint, but it's into the plastic trim piece here. So that's damage. We had damage on the door here. We had a bunch of other scratches, deep imperfections. Now, as far as the paint thickness, it's not horrible, but there are some thin areas that are starting to, oh, that's not too bad. It's all over the place. It's jumping all over the place. But remember, guys, we're dealing with a black vehicle. This is going to be kind of a toy. This is a truck that is used for vacations and, you know, to drive and to enjoy. Do I want to tackle and get everything out and then leave it with below 4 mils of paint? No, I'm not going to do that, because it's going to get swirls later on and it's going to need to be polished out again. I want as much clear coat on here as possible. So I'm going to play it safe and make it look good. It's going to look glossy. You see the defects here because these lights really do bring out all the defects, but out in the sun, it is not going to show up as much. So do what you can when you are dealing with black soft paint that is really trashed, because you don't want to go too far and end up compromising it. If you're the type of detailing business that is going for perfection and you're charging for it and your customers expect it, excellent. That's great, but that's your business, not ours. Now, our ceramic coating services do include coating the face of the wheels. If the customer wants us to remove the wheels, that would be an additional cost, but for this package, the face of the wheels are included. So this is Vonix V-Paint Pro. This is a 3-year ceramic coating, and it's a professional grade ceramic coating. Now, why isn't it 5 years or 9 years? Because they're being realistic. 3 to 5 years is kind of the sweet spot for our customers here in our area. This coating is very easily applied, and it performs incredibly well. It goes on like any other coating. I give it about 30 to 60 seconds and then wipe it off. Overall, this coating was very easy to apply and easy to wipe off, so a great coating for any type of detailer who wants to get into professional grade coatings. Now, the hood was partially wrapped with this matte black vinyl. Now, can you coat over that? You sure can, and you don't have to have anything special to coat over vinyl. You can use any type of ceramic coating. So this coating goes right over the vinyl with no issues. In fact, using any type of ceramic coating on that matte vinyl will bring out the richness in it, and it won't add any gloss at all. So the Silverado is done and looking incredible. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, let me know down below. As always, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss stuff. And I want to mention that we have a new website up and running, so go and check that out. You can actually click on that products tab and be able to shop right there on our website. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.